This is not how you were made to live. Now, this is my 200th video that I have made on this channel. And when I first saw the 200, I didn't really think too much about it, but it started to hit me now that I've literally made 200 YouTube videos, and that's a pretty big number. So I wanted this to be kind of special, right? And I wanted to kind of call back to how my channel started. So this is not how you were made to live, right? The reason this channel is called Wild Man, and it's kind of an interesting story, and I'll get to the topic of the video about how you should live a more natural life. But this channel, actually I got the idea for it when I was walking through the woods morel mushroom hunting. So if you don't know, a morel is a type of mushroom, and it kind of looks like it's really weird looking. It doesn't really look like a mushroom, like like a toadstool. It looks more like almost like a brain that comes out of the ground. It's really weird looking, but it tastes super good. And they can't be farmed. They can only be grown in nature. They can't be grown commercially. And so it's like a rare treat to find these mushrooms. And me and my dad were walking through the woods looking for them. And I was just looking out, and these mushrooms only grow in the spring. And the spring is, for me, like my favorite season. It is definitely, without a doubt, at least in my mind, the prettiest time of year. While the leaves of the trees are growing, so the woods is green, but the leaves are small, so like a lot of light gets through, and so you get a bunch of plants and flowers growing in the undergrowth. It's really, really neat looking. And we were just walking through, and I looked out at the woods, and I just thought to myself that this is how humans were made to live. This is how we lived for thousands of years, right? Now, if you don't know, humanity, like modern humans, have been around for about 200,000 years. That's a long time that human beings have existed on this earth. I know some people will debate that number. Some people say it's very little, it's much lower, whatever, right? But most scientists agree that's about 200,000 years. And civilization has only been around for 10,000. So if you think about it, we have spent most of our existence as cavemen, living in nature, living in woods, eating the things around us, drinking from streams and things like that. And it just kind of hit me out there, like, this is how human beings were, like, made to live, like, back in like the Garden of Eden times, like the caveman era, when God first made man. That I don't know if the phone hears my camera hears it or not, but my dad's down there talking. And this is how we're made to live. We're made to go around foraging for food, hunting animals, living in nature, seeing nature, seeing different scenery, just experiencing the life around us. And then it kind of hit me that that's not how I was living. That's not how a lot of people are living. If you're anything like how I was back then, where you spend most of your day on your phone, your screen time is well over 7 hours, and most of your day and your life revolves around technology, revolves around electronics, revolves around social media and content and scrolling on TikTok and YouTube, and that's kind of how your life is. And that's not how you were made to live, right? Our nervous system has hardly changed, right? 10,000 years is not a very long time, evolutionarily speaking. We have not really evolved much over that period of time. So we've barely changed, basically physically, and also somewhat mentally too. Our nervous system has barely changed either. We're still cavemen. But we're living in this strange modern world where there's magical boxes that show you pictures and pictures of me. This video, you're able to see me, even though I'm in a completely different area, I'm in a completely different time. You're able to look into the past through this technology. It's really strange. It's not normal for our minds to really process that. It's not a natural thing for human beings to experience. So yeah, this is not how we're meant to live. This is not how we're meant to be. This is not how we were how most of our existence has been. Now, I'm not saying that you go out in the woods and forget how to speak and start living in the wilderness. But what I'm getting at here is scrolling on social media, scrolling and watching videos like this one, even like educational content's good, but even you at a certain point, that's still not great. Like consuming content all day, watching videos, sitting around, not really doing anything, just scrolling and not really accomplishing anything, just distracting yourself from this modern world, that's not normal. And it's not good for you, right? We all know that blue light messes up our sleep. We all know that our screen times are too high, but for some reason we just can't really seem to fix it. We just can't, we're too addicted, right? At least I was, to this modern technology, right? It's become too much of a center point of our life. So what we have to do, if we want to reframe our minds, we want to go back to living a more natural, healthy lifestyle, if we want to live more like our ancestors, then we can't just snap our fingers and stop the social media consumption. We can't just snap our fingers and stop having a 7-hour screen time. We have to progressively deal with it. It's just like in the gym where you get on your it's like in the gym when you're doing the bench press. You can't on your first day in the gym bench press 2 plates. You just can't do it unless you're like some freak of nature, right? But when you start the gym, so you can bench press the bar, right? So, 1 second. Yeah, Mom? Yeah? Alright. Perks of living with your family. Yes, we have to progressively increase the willpower that it takes to like stop consuming content all the time, right? So just like how in the gym, when you basically slowly work up from the bar. For the first week of the gym, you probably only bench pressing the bar, but then you can put maybe the 2.5 pound weights on, or maybe the 5 pound weights, or maybe even 10 pound, and slowly build your way up until you can bench press 2 plates, right? If there was a guy in the gym, right? If you were just hanging out, if you were working out, and you saw this guy come in, this really skinny beginner guy, try to bench press 2 plates, and obviously he's gonna fail. He's gonna like hurt himself because he's trapped in the bar, right? Like let's say he probably hurt himself. He probably would tear a pec, right? He'd probably get injured. And then after he recovers from his injury, after some months later, he comes back in the gym. And what do you think he does? The first thing he does is he tries to bench press 2 plates again. And he fails. And he probably re-injures himself. And like, dude, what are you doing, right? Idiots. You probably like smack him in the face and be like, just bench press the bar, man. You're not that guy yet. That's how we need to approach quitting social media. That's how we need to approach getting rid of this addiction that we have, right? So basically what you need to do is, let's say your screen time is 7 hours, because that's how a lot of people's is, right? If you just basically start paying attention to your screen time, and if it's your weekly average is 7 hours, say next week I'm gonna make it 6, and make it the intention to slowly but surely reduce your screen time. So then the week after that, it's 6. The week after that, it's 5, and you get down until it's about like an hour. And for me personally, I'd say that an hour screen time is probably fine, right? If it's under an hour, that's awesome. If it's around an hour, that's probably fine. You really don't have a social media addiction at that point. So yeah, don't waste this gift of life. We're not supposed to sit around, do nothing all day. Like, we're made to live. We're made to go out and experience things, to speak to people and like find joy in the world around us. We're not supposed to sit around and scroll. I know I've said this a lot in this video, but it's just something that really bothers me, is that a lot of people spend most of their day on their phone. Definitely not even most of their days, most of their life, right? Because think about it. During the day, we're awake for about 10 hours. If your screen time is 7 hours, that means most of your day is on your phone, right? And if you look at it, most of the time, it's not even like texting people or communicating with people. It's just consuming content. So most of your day is wasted, spent watching other people live their lives, right? And then the rest of that time is probably you have work or you have like stuff to do, right? So that time, like extra 3 hours of your day, you end up having to cram in all your homework or your studying or your job or whatever, and then you end up staying up super late because you can't fit in all this like 7 hours of screen time and this little bit of time you have to do other stuff, and then you end up messing up your sleep, and it's just a horrible cycle, right? And an even more oppressive thing to think about is that if most of your day is your phone, that means most of your life is your phone, right? Because our entire life revolves around the day, right? 365 days a year, 52 weeks a year, all this stuff, right? If you're if you're spending most of your day on your phone, then most of your life is on your phone. Most of your years of time, like literal decades of your time, ends up being spent on your phone once you add up all of that time, once you add up all those hours in that day, right? Like, think about it. Your entire life, like, your life is a gift, right? Like, you were, for whatever reason, you were born, right? Because think about it, like, it's difficult, like, childbirth is difficult. You could have died in childbirth. You never know, right? But for whatever reason, you're alive, you're breathing, you're still alive, right? And you're squandering that gift away. Think about all the people who maybe died young, right? And you're here, you know, whatever age you are, spending your entire day on your phone when there's people out there who have way worse lives than you, who would kill to be in your situation, and you're just wasting on your phone. You are literally throwing away years and years, decades and decades of your life to watch other people do stuff. It doesn't make any sense when you look at it, right? If you made it this far in the video, you have an above average attention span, and I am eternally grateful for you having the discipline and the willpower to actually watch this unedited video all the way through. Because a lot of people are so addicted to social media that they need that kind of fast-paced editing. They need like random captions and hit markers and whatever, like stupid stuff, just to watch a 12-minute video. So I'm very grateful for that, and that's all I got for today. May God bless you, and stay wild.